Coming up tonight at 8:15 is one of the best stories in the entire state. Woodward Academy, the 8 seed in Class 2A, making their first state tournament appearance. But it's a little bit of a different feel because Woodward Academy is a treatment facility school for young men, and it's the first time an academy school has ever made the state tournament. That game is tonight at 8:15, and joining me now is the head coach of Woodward Academy, Dustin Sperling. And Coach, what does this mean to the kids to make it here to this state tournament, something that many people probably didn't think was possible?
It's big for them. It's a sense of accomplishment for these guys, a sense of belonging and part of a big family. And I think that it'll be something that they remember for the rest of their lives.
Now, this is kind of a unique situation for you because a lot of these guys are one and done. They're at the school for a year and then they're out. So what challenges does that present you in coaching new kids every year?
It's challenging on the basketball side of things as far as working at the academy and working with these young men. It's very rewarding, though, being able to see the new faces come in, and then most of them leave with better mindsets and, like I said, young men.
Now, on the brackets, they're technically the underdog, but I was just talking to you a little bit ago. Your guys are confident. They feel like they can play with anyone in the state, and you have to have that mindset when you come to the state tournament.
Yeah, for sure. I've been preaching to the guys that Applington-Parkersburg is a very good team and they're very capable, but I don't like to use the term underdog because that means that you're not as good as the other team, and I do believe that we can play with anybody in the state.
Now, guys, the student section will be packed tonight, but maybe lacking as far as the adults because a lot of these players come from around the country and around the state of Iowa. So I think the message for a lot of the Des Moines basketball fans is if you're a fan of basketball, maybe come out and support Woodward Academy tonight. Get on the Woodward Academy bandwagon.
Yeah, these guys don't have a lot of family in the area. A lot of the kids are from Iowa, but not necessarily right here in the Des Moines area, so it's hard for them to make it. Our staff do a good job of coming out and supporting us, and like you said, our student section also does a good job, and we do appreciate everybody else that comes out and supports us as well.
8:15 tonight, Woodward Academy making their first ever appearance in the state tournament. They'll take on top seed Applington-Parkersburg. It should be a great game, and it's already a great story.
It is. That is a great story.
Thanks, John. There's been so much buzz about that today. Be nice to see them get a great turnout.
Yes. Stick around. We'll get another look at your forecast after the break.
Coming up tonight at 8:15, it's one of the best stories here at the state tournament. Woodward Academy, the 8 seed, will take on top seed Applington-Parkersburg. Woodward Academy, the Knights, are also making their first appearance ever at the state tournament. And for those that are not aware, Woodward Academy is a treatment facility for young males. It's the first academy school to ever make it to state, and these students come from all across the country and all across the state of Iowa. But they are relishing every minute.
It's something that I can't even describe, to walk on campus and see and hear people talking about today and what that means for our kids and what that means for our school. I've walked around all day with a huge smile on my face.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think the boys are really excited. I'm really excited. Our entire staff out at Woodward Academy is pretty excited for it. So, it's quite an experience, and I hope these boys remember it for the rest of their lives.
Now, according to the seedings, Woodward Academy is a big underdog against Applington-Parkersburg, but I talked to Coach Sperling, and he says his boys are ready. They are not fazed by being the 8 seed, and they will give it a go tonight at the state tournament. Win or lose, Keith, it's a great story no matter what.
It really is, and it's impressive because Woodward Academy turns over the roster in every sport every year, and they're also asking for anybody that doesn't have a favorite team at state, maybe adopt Woodward Academy because there won't be many parents or family at the game.
Yeah, that's right, Keith. A lot of these parents are out of state or from across the entire state of Iowa. They can't make it here to Wells Fargo Arena. They say there will be a huge student section, not a lot of parents, so if you don't have anything to do tonight, come out to Wells Fargo Arena and cheer on a team that likes to get up and down the floor just like Iowa State does. They put up a lot of points and they shoot a lot of threes. It should be a lot of fun.
They'll have their hands full with Applington-Parkersburg. 30 miles north of Des Moines sits Woodward Academy, a small 2A school aimed at redirecting wayward young men. The Knights made history today as the first academy in Iowa to make the state tourney. John Sears has more on the Knights of Woodward and their unforgettable trip to the well.
I've walked around all day with a huge smile on my face.
I don't know if they've realized fully what they've accomplished yet.
A treatment facility for young men, Woodward has only been playing sports for 8 years. Today has a different feel.
They definitely understand that they've accomplished something big for themselves and for the school.
With hard work, dedication, some perseverance, you know, you can accomplish things that no one outside of Woodward Academy thought we could accomplish.
Almost all of these kids at Woodward Academy are one and done, meaning they're only at Woodward for 1 year, then they return home to their original school. But make no mistake about it, this is an experience they'll never forget.
Oh, it meant a lot. I learned a lot from being on the basketball team, working together. You know what I'm saying? The basketball team, we're a family.
It meant the world to us that we even got the opportunity to play this game still and play at state.
I'm very proud of these guys. This is a group of boys that I'll never forget, that's for sure.
John Sears, Channel 13 Sports.
Knights the 8 seed, and they came ready to play against number 1 Aplington Parkersburg. Great crowd on hand, many new Knight fans. Preston Britton, the NBA 3. Woodward is up 1. More from long range. Ivan Johnson, corner 3. Knights lead by 3, but the Falcons are number 1 for a reason. Ross Cooper on the alley-oop, looked like Aaron White. AP up 6 at the break. Woodward keeps fighting. Johnson, great feed to Terrence Lewis, easy lay-in. But Aplington Parkersburg, too much in the end. Falcons win 82-69. Unforgettable season for Woodward Academy.
Coming up tonight on KCCI 8 News at 10, an historic night at Wells Fargo Arena. The Woodward Academy Knights will play in the Boys State Basketball Tournament for the very first time. Complete coverage of the game and a look at the team's incredible run coming up tonight at 10.
Right now in the Metro, a historic night at Wells Fargo Arena. KCCI's Ryan Smith is there live with the story of one team who beat the odds both on and off the court to get there. Ryan.
What an incredible journey for these young men. From the court of law to the basketball court here at Wells Fargo Arena, Woodward Academy has overcome so many obstacles this season to get to the school's first ever state tournament game.
This year's team picture will no doubt be one to frame.
It's been a dream since I was a kid to come play state basketball.
3. The faces and names that make up Woodward Academy's roster will be different next year. They've defied the odds. Residential Center for Delinquent Boys experiences a 100% turnover from season to season.
They're not supposed to be here. You know, it's just mathematically improbable by the time you consider the turnover of the team every year.
But even so, this special group of teens bonded together by a juvenile court order are making state history. Tonight's matchup between Woodward Academy and Aplington Parkersburg marks the first time a team from a treatment facility marched to the state tournament. Senior guard Preston Britton was eligible to depart the academy last week, but in an unprecedented move, opted to stay.
I knew right at the beginning of the year that we had something special, that we could do something with this team as long as we worked together and did the right things.
Many of the at-risk students come from all over the state and country, meaning their parents aren't likely to be in the stands. Inter-community supporters like Daryl Bartling of Urbandale.
They're not going to have very many people here. You know, everybody else, you see there's a lot of people here, but when it comes to their game, there's probably not going to be a lot of blue and white people there. So we came to support them as well.
Support for a team that values traits like leadership and goodwill before raw talent.
Behavior is our #1 priority. We make sure that the students, understand what our core values are before they're able to step foot on the floor and represent us as a school.
Ranked Aplington Parkersburg ran away with this game in the fourth quarter, so unfortunately not the end result the Knights were hoping for, but an incredible run this season nonetheless. We're live tonight in Wells Fargo Arena. Ryan Smith, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
It was a great lineup down at Wells Fargo Arena today, starting off with 1A action, but we have 2A action coming your way tonight. Woodward Academy looking for the upset coming up on Local 5 Sports. See if the Knights could pull off the win in their first ever state tournament trip. Welcome back. The Woodward Academy Knights are making their first state tournament appearance. It's a chance for these young men to continue what has been a stellar season, backed by arguably one of the loudest student sections I've heard. They're the feel-good story of the year and trying to make sure it doesn't end tonight. Let's get out to the well where the Knights are battling top-seeded Applington Parkersburg. Woodward Academy striking first. Preston Britton from NBA range, no problem. That's a three-ball. Nick Ellis answers inside the paint, going off the glass for two. Then Ross Cooper throwing down the alley-oop slam, but that wasn't intimidating the Knights. Ivan Johnson, an open look from the corner. He's going to bury the tray. And then Dontre English getting into the mix. He's going to take a step back jumper, stretches the twine for two. Woodward, a 1-point lead at that point. More in the first quarter. Nick Waller from the corner. He hits the three for the Falcons. Woodward Academy responding. English again the three. And another 1-point lead for the Knights. But Applington Parkersburg too much to handle tonight. They win 82-69.
Tonight in the first round of the Iowa High School Boys Basketball Tournament, a team of players working to turn their lives around. The Woodward Academy is a residential treatment facility for troubled teens, and it is now the first academy-type team to ever reach the state playoffs. Its students come from all over the country, and few parents and supporters can attend their games. So today, Woodward's coach asked fans to adopt the team for the night.
These guys don't have a lot of family in the area. A lot of the kids are from Iowa, but not necessarily right here in the Des Moines area, so it's hard for them to make it. Our staff do a good job of coming out and supporting us, and like you said, our student section also does a good job, and we do appreciate everybody else that comes out and supports us as well.
The game started at 8:15 against Applington Parkersburg. We'll have highlights of the first day of the big tournament coming up in sports.
Class 2A quarterfinal going on right now, and the underdogs from Woodward Academy making their first ever, that should read Woodward Academy, not Woodward Granger. Woodward Academy making its first ever state tournament appearance, and the first ever by an academy, down 16 to number 1 Applington Parkersburg. The Falcons 78-62. That is in the